but to look your enemy in the eye, knowing you'll remember his face for the rest of your life. Now that takes a stomach much stronger than you'll ever have.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Gull Gaming. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. This is not a gameplay video. This is actually just a little dev supplemental to show you what we've been working on lately. Now, we haven't done the next dev diary quite yet on the Cardassians because we're not quite ready to do it. But I wanted to show you guys a little bit about what we've been doing lately aside from the Cardassians. So, here we go ladies and gentlemen. The first thing I want to show you is, this is our new Federation dry dock. There it is, looking beautiful as always. But, what have we done with it lately? Now, we have decided that we weren't quite happy with the the construction animations that there were in the stock game. So we took a look at that and thought, okay, what can we do about this? And Max came up with the idea of actually having worker bees floating around in a pretty wild manner while ships were being constructed. It's just to show that they were being worked on, and you can even see it kind of outside of the screen. Here we go, just going to go outside of the screen. Oh, it completed. That's most unfortunate. It's alright, we can build another one. Doop, there it goes. There we go, so we're building a Robin class colony vessel there. And, as you can see, these worker bees are floating around, they're constructing the ship, and you can see them not only inside the dry dock, but they do zip outside the dry dock occasionally. There's a little bit of clipping, but we're helpless to do anything about that because they're particle effects rather than actual physical models, so they don't know when they should be hitting things. But I think that's a really, really nice addition. Not only did we do this with the actual ships building as well, but I'm just about to build an Ares type station here, and in a moment, when this constructor finally makes its way over there, I should probably build it closer to the constructor really, but you know, oversight. We do get the old oversight, don't we? You will see that worker bees also now construct the stations as well, which is really, really nice. That's going to happen with all races. They're going to have their own unique worker bees that construct their ships and their stations, which will make it a little bit more lore-friendly to Star Trek, which is exactly what we wanted to do. Here go the worker bees now. And as you can see, they're zipping around the station constructing it. Really nice little effect. It's a very, very simple thing and a very small thing, but it's things like this, it's polish like this that really makes a mod better than it might otherwise be. If we were still using a great deal of stock effects, then we'd be a little bit disappointed with ourselves. So it's important that we go and make these back-end changes as we go along. And, oh, there we go, station is in the process of being built. Incidentally, I told you we've got that new frigate dry dock there. Killer BC is working on a capital ship dry dock as well to replace the current one, which is going to be really nice. Okay, what is next on the list? Now, damage meshes, here we are. That is a raptor that's been destroyed. As you know, in the last version, 1.0, not all the damage meshes were in. But we've been working hard on actually completing those. Here we are. These, I think was the K-32. It's got another name now. Can't remember what it is. Predator there. Lovely. So we're actually working hard on getting all these damage meshes complete for the next release. Max has been working hard on the Klingons, and I'm pleased to announce that Baz1701, you may recognise him from the Bridge Commander community, he's actually come on board and he's going to be working on us with a couple of things. I believe he's going to be doing some damage meshes for us. I think he's working on the Romulans at the moment, which is really, really cool. Oh, look at that, L6. Beautiful. We've also completed some of our damage meshes for the capital ships as well, which hopefully I'll be showing you in a moment. Baz is also going to be looking at replacing a couple of our station models. Naturally, we want to replace as much as possible and get as many stations as possible that are of our design and designed for Star Trek Armada 3. We do use some legacy models at the moment. There aren't many left now, which is something I'm quite pleased about, because I quite like the idea of everything Star Trek Armada 3 being Star Trek Armada 3 if we're able to do so in the time frame that we have allowed ourselves. Oh, here we go. We are going to build several weapons laboratories, because I forgot about those and as a result couldn't build the capital ships. Typical. There we go. Right. Here we go. Let's build those capital ships. I've got insta-build on because I'm in the dev program at the moment. Boop, there they all are. Now, beautiful. See the Vorcha, Negvar, Fekla, Doop, Corral. There's another one as well, Sukjar, and the Ravenous there. So let's destroy them all. Because, hey, it's how we roll. Glory to the Klingon Empire. Now, all of those capital ships have actually been completed. I don't think Max has actually implemented the carrier one, which is the... I think that's the Sukjar. Yeah, it's probably the Sukjar. That hasn't actually been implemented, so you won't see it in this particular video. But here we go. Here are some of our capital ship damage meshes. They're looking really good. I'm extremely pleased with them, and I feel like it adds quite a lot to the overall game. To be able to see destroyed ships floating around, so you know where there's been a battle. If you were unaware of a battle going on in another system and you walked in and you saw all these all these vessels floating around after being destroyed, you'd think, oh shit, what's going on here? Maybe I should be a little bit more careful in the way that I advance now. Ness. Oh, look at that Ravenous. He's been torn in half. Almost certainly superior Cardassian technology that did that. Almost certainly. Nice little pan shot there so you can see the damage in a bit of a profile view. Beautiful. You can see there's one or two pieces. There's one right at the top there that is actually a stock damage mesh that still needs to be taken out. Haven't got around to that yet. Can't be perfect all the time, can we, ladies and gentlemen? We do our best. But that is another thing that's been worked hard on and will hopefully be totally finished by the time we release on December the 15th, I believe we said it was going to be. What is next? Ladies and gentlemen, I think we wanted to look at some of our iconography. Now, as you know, in version 1.0, a lot of iconography was already done, but it wasn't completed yet. We're working hard on that. I'm working on that along with Killer BC. In order to try and get this all completed. As you can see, I'm just showing you a few of the new icons for the Klingon capital ships at the moment. And as you can see, they're all uniquely Klingon. They are no longer stock, which I feel brings quite a lot to the game. Just by virtue of aesthetics. There are other things we're going to do as well if we have the time to do so. Like, you can see the diplomacy research buttons right at the top. We're going to try and aim to get race-specific ones in there as well, which will be good. It'll make it look a little bit more uniform, because having stock icons in there, yeah, it's okay. It's all right. We all know what they do, but it would be ideal if we could actually get the proper ones in there. Isn't that what we all want, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. Right then. What is next, ladies and gentlemen? Just going to take a quick look at the new Goroth bomber. That is a new Klingon bomber there. This is based quite heavily on one of the Stowe models. I think it's the Stowe Captain's yacht that we based this on. Built it ourselves, but it's pretty similar. You can't deny that. And here is a lovely picture of us making some icons. This we had individual icon sets before. Now, we found that actually caused a little bit of lag in game, caused a little bit of slowdown, and we weren't very happy with that. So what we've actually done is, hopefully I'll zoom out. Here we go. Doop. And yay! We've made a massive icons file. I think we're going to end up with 2 of them because we've got more icons to do. We made this large-scale file from smaller files, and we actually compounded it all together into a single file. And then here we are coding the damn thing in, which is an absolute nightmare, but it's necessary for the game to run smoothly and nicely. Other things that you guys spoke about that you highlighted that we could have done better. You all noted that our Federation strings and many of our Klingon strings were excellent. Strings are the descriptions that you get when you hover over a ship or a building, etc., or a piece of research. Some of them simply weren't finished for 1.0, but we're very, very fortunate in the respect that we've just got Amberenya back. Now, he was the guy who was responsible primarily for the Federation strings, but unfortunately he was forced to take a sabbatical due to real-life concerns. He has been able to come back to us, and he's going to be helping us out again now, which I'm really, really excited about. I think the polish that he brought to the strings department of the Federation was second to none, and we really appreciate that. In addition to that, we have a nice gentleman called Kalian556 who volunteered to do a little bit of string work for us. He's going to be working in tandem with Amberenya on that, and he's also making a great deal of maps for us, so we're going to have more unique maps that reflect the Star Trek universe for us. Really, really looking forward to that. I've played on a couple of them. I'm really excited about the work that Kalian's been doing. He's probably going to tell me I'm saying his name wrong. He's probably like Kalin? Could be, something like that. He'll correct me in the comments below, I imagine. Give me a bollocking as usual. So what else have we been doing? We've been doing quite a few other things in this particular instance. So, what is next, ladies and gentlemen? Here we go. This is something we're pretty excited about. I'm sure you're going to be pretty excited about too. Assimilated vessels. As you can see, we've got the Klingon cruisers here, which have been assimilated by De Berg. Beautiful looking things. As you can see, we've got all the cruisers assimilated. We're not sure whether we're going to do frigates yet for any race. If we do have the time and we feel that the game is able to handle that, as you all know, it's a 32-bit game, so we've got to be quite careful about how much we put in. We do have to be very, very circumspect and very careful. If we apply too many meshes, if we apply too many textures, then that could be bad news. But one thing that we've managed to do, and I think we're going to zip over to the Federation cruisers now, what we actually have managed to do is we're only using 2 textures for the Borgified vessels. Now, as you already know, the Borg texture was already in-game, so we already have that. So these Borgified pieces that you're seeing on the ships here, oh, look at that New Orleans class, Curry class there, Constellation, one of my favourite ships ever. Nice. Excelsior. That is the unupgraded Excelsior, as a matter of fact. Got the Defiant and the Intrepid there in the background. And too close, Akira. Beautiful. Really, really nice. But those green sections on the ship that comprise of the warp nacelles and of course the deflector dishes, that actually is only one texture across the board, so we haven't done individual textures for each ship. We've simply made a single texture and applied it to all ships across the board, which would include these Romulan ships that we're coming up on now. We took a little bit of inspiration from one of the new Star Treks for this. Eat guards, I know, we don't generally like it, but we did like the look of the Narada. So we looked at the Narada and thought, okay, how can we make those Romulan ships look a little bit like that? And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. In addition to that, I think Stowe has done something similar. They took a similar type of inspiration, and we liked it. There's no doubting that they have some lovely, really attractive, pretty ideas. So we rolled with it because it actually it tends to bring us into the fold, and it makes us reflect what accepted canon is doing, which is always good. Look at that. I think the Romulan ships are the most attractive for simulated vessels at the moment. Naturally, we can't do this with capital vessels because capital vessels at the moment can't be assimilated. We may or may not do this with frigates. I couldn't comment on that specifically at this stage in time. We'd like to, we know we would like to, but right now, not going to happen. Right, I think that is all I have time to show you directly. One quick thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to send the Federation portion of these ships into another gravity well, just so they can have a quick little fight. One thing that we can't do with these vessels is we can't give them Borg voices. Once Federation, always Federation in the voice department, which is a little bit unfortunate. We would like to. It's something that we would really like to be able to do, but that functionality isn't included in the game. So you're still going to be hearing, you know, always ready, sir, or whatever it is that the feds say. Now, as you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I actually brought these ships through. Autosave. I wanted to show you that in addition to their Federation weapons, which fire much, much more rarely once they've been assimilated, the Borg still do make use of them occasionally, but not very often. You can see that we've got actually Borg-exclusive weapons on these vessels. We are looking to possibly take the Federation or whatever, the racial weapons away entirely and replace them totally with Borg weapons. And that has, for the most part, been implemented, but not 100% at this point. What we actually do is, when the vessels are assimilated, it applies a permanent buff to them, which actually slows down the firing of the Federation. God, look at those torpedoes! Slows the firing of the Federation weapons and includes the Borg weapons with them, which is pretty cool. There we go. I think that is... Oh, no, there's one more. Kill him! But it's really nice. It adds a sense of urgency to the Borg to be able to actually take these vessels, because, as you know, the Borg gets some really nice upgrades. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is about all we've got time for today. I hope you've enjoyed seeing a little bit of the back-end work that we've been doing in action. It's something that I really wanted to show you because I'm sure you're all desperate to know exactly what we're doing. Release date is still set for the 15th of December. I think we're going to be ready. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little dev supplemental. Dev Diary, is it 13? Will be coming out in due course. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This is Goldukat, out.